The Business Journal Roundtable series is sponsored by iSynergy, creative digital advertising.
Moving on, I wanted to talk about generative AI and generating text, images, and sounds and other media. We know that it's long been used by Meta and Google, but I know that most recently, at least in the press that I read, we're hearing about OpenAI, which unveiled a system that lets users generate photorealistic images and so forth. OpenAI recently released a chatbot that answers questions in concise prose. Where is this headed? Are your clients using generative AI? How are local businesses using chatbots? And how should they use generative AI?
May I? I saw this used, and I went and asked. We had a website that we had to launch. It had to do with racism. And so I went to the ChatGPT and I put the following question in. How can we eliminate racism? In 3 seconds, I got a page. The page started out with a paragraph that described the problem. There were then 6 bullet points as to what you could do to eliminate racism that came from my knowledge of experts out there in the field. It apparently just pulled their writings and pulled these things right out. And then it ended with a summary paragraph. And it was well written, and it said all the things that I would have wanted to get. I went back a month later and did it again, and it gave me 8 more points. They were not the same points. They were different, but they were in the same vein. That's what you can get out of this. You can go and just ask it a question that's on your mind, and it conversationally gives you an answer. And it gives it in pretty good form. I could see not just websites, people looking for text, but people looking for answers that they were putting into search engines prior to now. They'll put into a ChatGPT box and they'll get a real answer.
That's actually a good point, because I was talking to some of my guys about this the other day, and somebody actually said it's the new Google, or it's going to be the new Google, because they're going to it for, we're troubleshooting problems that we can't necessarily figure out.
.com, by the way. YOU.com is the first one.
Well, it's been in the news recently. ChatGPT is passing college level exams on its own without.
It'll write papers.
Submitting papers that are grammatically perfect, and it's a challenge for a lot of industries. One specifically is higher education.
Yeah.
So they're worried about it in the art field because the artists are saying this machinery is gone and it's captured my art, but it's not different than a human artist would do. If you went to art school or you took art history, you would go through the same kind of thing that this machine learning is going to go through, and you'd then turn around and start producing art. Nobody would accuse you of plagiarism, but it's not different for the machines now. This isn't plagiarism.
Steal from one's plagiarism, steal from many's research, right?
The Business Journal Roundtable series is sponsored by iSynergy, creative digital advertising.